It's Saturday, April 13th, 2024. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. An absolutely stunning day here in the desert, about 85 degrees, sunny and gorgeous. I want to start today. I want to clarify a few things from yesterday's video. First off, Mimi has completely rebounded. She is doing phenomenal. She is 100% back to normal. So thank you for all the thoughts and prayers. But there seemed to be some confusion yesterday where some people thought that the medical bill was only $400. It was much more than $400. What I was saying yesterday was that half this country doesn't even have $400 saved up in cash. They don't have $400 in reserves. And what I was trying to say, the point I was trying to make is, if you don't even have $400 saved up, what would you do, if you had an emergency like the one that we had yesterday? Mimi, her medical bill was much more than $400. Again, let me clarify. If you don't have $400 and you have a medical emergency, a family member, your pet, what would you do? That was the point I was trying to make. Also, let me clarify this. I guess I wasn't clear enough. She went into shock as she was out on a walk yesterday, and they ruled out poison immediately. But they did not rule out a bee sting or a spider bite. They did not find a stinger. It could have still been a bee sting. More than likely, they think when she walked through the bushes or through the grass that maybe a spider bit her, and that is what caused the shock. Anyway, she's going to finish up on her medications this week. She's literally back to 100% normal, and we feel blessed. So thank you again for all the thoughts and prayers, all the great comments. I know there's always going to be haters out there. There's people that don't like animals. There's people that think that why would you even care about a little dog? Well, we care a lot about our pets. We care about the tortoises, the cats, everything. I'm just a compassionate person. I have empathy for all life, and we're going to make sure that everybody, at least in this household, has the best and longest life possible. These dogs eat well, they take their vitamins, they get exercise, they're loved, and that's all we can do. The rest is out of our hands. So I just wanted to update everybody on that. Now, let's switch gears. Let's get into what's happening. The update is the update. Watching the news today and what's happening again in the Middle East, I think maybe today's a good day to maybe, go top off on some things. You need a little extra food, a little extra water. If you don't have a medical kit, if there's something you need, maybe this weekend is a good time to go and get it. Also, I want to remind everybody to make sure to check out Texas Silver. He may be releasing a video this evening, part 2 of the Bill Holter interview. So check out Bill Holter and Texas Silver. Very, very good interview, good questions. I want to go over this article here in the Daily Mail. It's titled, Iran readies more than 100 cruise missiles and drones for deadly Israel strike. U.S. intelligence officials reveal as Pentagon moves aircraft carrier into the Red Sea amid fears of full-scale war. This beautiful Saturday, people out here golfing, the birds are chirping. We are getting really, really close to something very, very big. I mean, we are on the verge, and I know most people, they're too busy golfing, watching a baseball game, whatever the heck they're doing today. We're getting so close. We're on the verge of a potential World War III. I think that everybody in this country should be on high alert. I would be very weary of large crowds. I would be exercising situational awareness. Things are coming, ladies and gentlemen. They are continuing daily to play Christopher Wray, the FBI, warning us of red flags. They're already telling you that something is going to happen. Be prepared. Be careful out there. CNN, bridges reopen after 26 barges broke loose and floated down Ohio River, damaging a marina. A pair of Pittsburgh area bridges reopened Saturday morning after the incident. No damage. 25 barges have been located. 17 were secured. No hazardous material was on board. What in the world is going on here now with these bridges, these boats, these barges breaking loose? How does this happen? It's unbelievable what we're watching take place. We got big rig semis driving into Department of Motor Vehicle offices. We've got barges floating down river. We've got boats hitting bridges, bridges collapsing. Is something more going on behind the scenes than we're being told? Let me know your thoughts on this. Was this just purely an accident? This could have been, I mean, think about if there is hazardous material on these barges and there's some type of cyber attack and these things just begin to float downriver out of control. This is a huge risk. Is something going on? You know, cell services down, you know, hospitals being cyber attacked, financial institutions, banks being cyber attacked. I mean, every day it's just something else. And it's happening every day. And yet people are oblivious that anything is wrong. Make sure you're taking the right precautions, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you have food, water, you're self-sufficient, you have security. NBC, stabbing rampage at Sydney Mall leaves at least 7 dead, including attacker. This is a tragic story, happened this morning. Many people seriously hurt, in critical condition. I believe it was a Westfield Mall over there. And reading this article, all people could do is run, hide, and hope. That's all they could do. They had no way to defend themselves. If you have security, if you have the legal right to carry that, I would be carrying everywhere I go. Continue to work on your security. Have a plan. Know where the exits are. If something happened, what would you do? If you have your family with you, what's the plan? You have to now leave the home and have a plan. You should have a plan in the home. You should have a plan outside of the home. Don't leave yourself defenseless, ladies and gentlemen. Have a plan. And again, if you have the legal ability to carry, you should be carrying everywhere you go, and you should be extremely proficient with those tools. So they're not releasing a name. They're not tying it to any organization. So who knows what's going on? Will we ever know the truth about this one? I don't know, but the timing is pretty coincidental, wouldn't you say, with what's happening in the Middle East? So it could be absolutely just a coincidence, or it could be tied to what's happening. You don't know. But it is only a matter of time before we see more things like that happening right here in America. Daily Mail, true scale of U.S. retail bloodbath revealed. How 5,500 shops have closed in just 1 year, and even big names Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Nike have suffered. U.S. retailers have shut down a total of almost 5,500 stores just in 2023. Years ago, 3-4 years ago, I was filming videos and showing you the retail apocalypse. In 2020, 9,700 retailers closed down. In 2021, 5,228 retailers closed down. 2022, 3,819 retailers shut down. And this year, almost 55 have been shuttered. We're not being told how bad this economy really is. Quite the opposite. Daily, these people come out on the television, tell us how good everything is, how strong the consumer is, how strong the economy is. How in the world can you have a strong economy from 2020 to 2023 and look at, I mean, this is roughly over 20,000 retailers shutting down from 2020 to 2023. And this year, we don't even have the numbers yet this year. They will be probably catastrophic. So anybody telling you how good things are, they haven't taken a ride into the real world and seen the vacancies and seen the store closures. When you look at how bad this is, this retail bloodbath, it truly is a retail bloodbath. How many people have lost their jobs? The vacant real estate now, no tax base. Who owns these buildings? These regional banks who are on the hook for these vacancies that are not getting paid. This is going to be a complete nightmare when this all comes to a head. How in the world can you say that the economy is even breathing at this point when you have tens of thousands of retailers going out of business in the last 3 years. And this year will probably be horrific. When we get the 2024 numbers, it'll be absolutely horrific. So they can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but look at things with your own two eyes and be objective. Come to your own conclusion with what is happening. How can things be so good when you're losing this many businesses, this many jobs, when the tax base is disappearing, when commercial real estate is sitting vacant for years? There's buildings out here that have been vacant for over 10 years. Over 10 years, vacant. Is silver about to do a cocoa? Silver at this point is much, much cheaper than gold. It is probably the most undervalued asset on planet Earth, in my opinion. And it may be the cheapest inflation hedge on planet Earth. Something to think about right now. We did see a little bit of a pullback on Friday, but how long does it last? I'm sure there's people out there saying that we could see a huge pullback, but looking at what's happening with the uncertainty, the debt, the deficits, the war now that is erupting all over the planet, the leadership, the condition of the US dollar, inflation, gas prices, commodity prices, you name it, I don't see how gold and silver are going to go down much. I really, really don't. And when you look at how much the central banks are stockpiling gold, I don't see it happening. Could there be pullbacks? Absolutely. But I don't think they're going to pull back for very long. I think that gold and silver have much, much higher numbers to run. And again, I just base it on what's happening with the current events. I don't see it pulling back very much. So it might be a good time to pick some up. That's up to you. I'm not here to give you financial advice, but I would be paying very, very close attention to what is happening with global events right now, what's happening to the US economy, and what's happening in your areas. Be paying attention. The people out there that are ignoring this, the people out there that just think it's negative, they don't have time for this, these are the people who are going to really get hurt. They are really, really going to suffer severely because these are the people that will lose their jobs and have absolutely nothing saved up. They will have no skills. They will have no preparations. These will be the people knocking at your door for help. So while you were making sacrifices over the years, and these people were going out on Fridays and Saturday nights, they were going to Vegas, they were taking their vacations, they were going to Disneyland, they were buying dumb stuff, they bought a new car, they bought a house they couldn't afford. These will be the people begging you, coming to your house, knocking at your door, begging you for help, financial help. They will be begging you for security to protect them, to protect their kids. They will be begging you. Question is, what will you do when that day comes? That's up to you. But the brutal reality right now is that this country may not come back. And that is the brutal truth, the brutal reality of where we're at right now. We are witnessing, in my opinion, and I think just the data that we're getting, what we're seeing with our own two eyes, what we're seeing with our bank accounts, our purchasing power, our standard of living, we are witnessing the demise of this country. And that's just the brutal reality, ladies and gentlemen. We may be able, at this point to slow it down a bit, but the question is, can we stop the demise of this country? That is a question I ask all of you. Is it too late? Or is it still possible to stop the demise of this country? We are falling fast. I think many parts of the United States now are third world. Many, many parts. I think most of Los Angeles is third world. Most of San Francisco now is third world. And many, many parts of this country, again, have fallen into third world territory. Is this country already gone? I pray to God that it isn't. I pray to God it's not too late. I don't really have the answer. What I see right now happening, I don't feel too good about the condition of this country financially. I think our military is much weaker than we're being told. There's no doubt that the economy is much weaker than we're being told. I think our fiat currency is much weaker than we're being told. I think we're in really, really big trouble. But there's going to come a point that if things aren't fixed very, very quickly, we're going to hit a point of no return where it is going to be impossible to turn it around. You know, you look at the politics, the debt, the deficits, the moral decay. We're bringing millions of people over here, giving them free money, free healthcare, free housing, free education, etc. While people in this country are suffering. All these businesses, all these retailers, all these little mom and poppers who right now are struggling. And yet we're helping everybody else except our own. So I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know, is it too late or is there still time? One thing we know for sure, zero hedge today, the economy is not doing well. We cannot even admit in this country right now that we're in a very, very severe depression. They would say, well, some would say recession. I'm going to say depression. I think we're in a very, very severe depression right now. And I don't see it ending anytime soon. But we cannot even admit that we're in a recession, let alone depression. The dollar, it says, is worth 20% less than it was 4 years ago. It's lost 98% of its purchasing power now. We added 303,000 jobs in March. That was the great news. We kept hearing how great this was, but most of those jobs were part-time. Full-time jobs are disappearing. Year over year, full-time jobs have fallen into recession territory, according to this article. Government spending and hiring are propping up the data. Look at how many government jobs we've been adding. And yet, private sector jobs, you're getting leisure and hospitality, you're getting low-wage, warehouse jobs, people working at restaurants, bars, resorts, part-time again, low wage. People are pretending the economy is good, and they can pretend all they want. I think the first thing, if you want to save yourself, if you want to protect yourself from what's coming, the first thing you better do is wake up and admit that we're in trouble. If you can't even admit that this economy is in trouble, then you can't even admit you're in trouble. What's so sad is that some of the poorest, brokest people out there, 50,000 college tuition debt, 20,000 in credit card debt, 10,000 auto debt, 40-50% of their income is going to pay rent. They literally are in the red every month. They are surviving off of credit cards right now, and they just go, oh, stock market's up, everything's fine. I'm working right now, everything's fine. It's just shocking that if people are told enough time or enough times by the television that everything's okay, some of the brokest people you know believe everything is okay, even though they have no money, no savings, no retirement, no assets, just debt upon debt upon debt. They're debt slaves and they don't even know it. They've been fooled, they've been bamboozled, and these people, when things really implode in this country, you're gonna know a lot of people that are homeless. You're gonna know a lot of people that lose their houses, their cars, jobs. They're gonna lose everything. And this is where I think we have to be very, very careful at this point when people begin to lose everything, because that's when they begin to lose their mind. And things become very, very dangerous. People are ecstatic that, the metals have been doing very, very well. And I always say that, I talked to Jack Morgan yesterday. Make sure that you check out Jack Morgan's show. Very, very good YouTube channel. And I just said, and we had about a 45-minute conversation yesterday. He's flying out to LA in a couple months. We're going to do a little collaboration together. I think it's going to be really, really good. But we had a long talk yesterday, and I told Jack, I said, it's great that gold's doing well, and silver's doing well, but when gold hits $3,000 an ounce, we're in a different world. When it hits $5,000 an ounce, we're in Mad Max, and I don't want to live there. I don't want to live in that. I'd rather see gold at $1,200, $1,500 and everybody doing well. Everybody working, we're manufacturing, we're paying down our debt, we're lowering our deficits, crime is going down. That's the world I want to live in. But a lot of people just, they can't wait. Oh man, I can't wait. Gold's going to hit $10,000. If gold hits $10,000, and it's possible, you are going to be living in apocalyptic times. So be careful what you wish for. I'm going to leave it there today. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay on track. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot going on right now. And look, I pray for what's happening in the Middle East all the way around. I just do not want to see people die from anywhere. I hope cooler heads prevail. I hope that this whole thing just calms down, because if it doesn't, this is going to lead to something much bigger. Pray for the world, ladies and gentlemen. Pray for America, but also be praying for the world, because if things break out there, it's coming here. I promise you that. Be safe. God bless.